For those people that are about to lose their homes, are struggling with their mortgages, with their debts, that are being crippled by these fraudulent claims. This video is for you, your family, and the millions of other people that are out there on a global scale. I have taught you for the last 7, 8, 10 years how to take control. So if you want to make that quantum leap into riches, this is the year. I hold webinars. I have one-to-one. I go all over the world doing what I'm doing. When I released the video, Debt, the End Of, in other words, the end of debt, I told people you don't need to suffer in silence. Debt is a sin, and the person that puts you in that position is violating every known law known to mankind. So, because there are so many people that want to keep you poor, running around the courts, we have brought those things to an end. It's no longer theoretical. I have been doing what I've been doing since 2012. And we have squashed those courts with their fiction languages, and we have made our governments work for us. And now that I moved on to the mortgages and debts last year with 100% success, not one single one of you out there in webinar land, in ether land, or whatever land it is, or on the boat, or in the ocean, or whatever jurisdiction that it is, you have no reason now to squabble around for pennies with the courts, with your governments. We have squashed all that. That's all now behind us. And for those people that want to access that type of knowledge, all you have to do is email me. I am now progressing. I have now progressed this course to the point where I am now going to teach my mentees, my students, and the world alike that comes to me how to make their money, how to be financially free. I only teach first-hand knowledge. I don't teach theory. If I haven't done it, I don't teach it. Remember what I said to you. Countless amounts of television stations have done character assassinations on me, so I don't get the word out. What you are looking at is the British bullshit corporation doing a character assassination on me. And when I'm in Ireland doing what I'm doing, the Irish TV come after me. That's what you're seeing, because they don't want you to learn this stuff. They want you to be in pittance. Let me make it very clear. This is not theory. The newspapers have tried to stop me from bringing the word to you. And that's what you're looking at the moment. Radio stations all have tried to set me up, pretending to give me interviews, but trying to walk me into some sort of mitigation, some sort of offense, as it were. I have taken on these people squarely and fairly, and I have won. My students have taken these people on squarely and fairly and have won, because we are correct. You have no reason to squabble. You don't ever need to talk to me or ask me why you are penniless. It's because 80% or more of what you make goes into some sort of what is known as stealth taxes. We have squashed that as well. We, in fact, engage them so well as to say, why are you vacating your position when we sue you for our right to pay our taxes? And boy, do they vacate. You've got no reason to act like a slave. Why do I say like a slave? Because, ladies and gentlemen, 80-20% ratio is the percentage of slave to slave master. Your slave master keeps 80%, you keep 20% to keep yourself healthy enough to work the machinery. Your governments want this to happen. They have treated with us because we are correct. The Vatican wants this to happen. Every single government wants this to happen. Since I am a shareholder in the Universal Postal Union. And they want you to be able to access those commercial venues that are out there. And I'm teaching it, ladies and gentlemen. If you have corporations, all you have to do is email me. How many of you understand that corporations runs on the foundations of Robert's Rules of Corporation? I've released that information. When I released the information on what the Data Protection Act is and how it works, that video went to over 100,000 people. The Data Protection Act is global. And I taught people how to safeguard their banking systems. I taught them how to safeguard their homes and protect themselves from these people that will try to come through your letterbox making those claims to keep you poor. We have squashed all those things. Those people that have uploaded my videos have got over 800,000 hits. And I don't even know who these people are. But I thank them, because they know when the facts are true, it speaks for itself. And that's what that is. I released the information about surge in economic freedom, and I told people globally, go and ask your bank if there are loans available, unsecured loans. And what did people come back and say to me? You're right, Mark. And the bank asked me, how did you know about it? Most of the insiders know who I am. Most of the people that have dealt with me know who I am. Certainly, those bloody fictitious television companies and newspapers know who I am. It is now your turn, the general public, that you know who I am. If you want that status in your life, if you want that economic freedom, all you have to do is start the journey here. If you don't want to start it here, go anywhere except do something about it. When's the last time that you told your cell phone company what your terms and conditions are? You never did. When's the last time that you told your governments what your terms and conditions are? You never did. So by default, they carry on what they're doing. Your ignorance, ladies and gentlemen, is harming the people and the planet. You need to get yourself out and take action. No longer theories. Pardon my French on this, with a London accent. Get your head out of your butts and understand why things work the way that they do. For those people out there in Australia that has now suffered, and that's by consent. Suffer means by consent. Their farms have been razed by these fires. You don't need to accept that 2,000 measly dollars that they give you as some sort of aid. That's called a social contract. They're trying to con you. All you have to do is contact me. I have courts in Australia. I have courts in this country. I have courts in Ireland, Northern Ireland, US, Canada, the Polynesian Islands. You name it, we're global. And as a result, because we're correct and we're fair, we win. And we win all the time because that's the venue that we fly our flags on. What about those people that are in commercial difficulties, that have businesses that are being overwhelmed by debts? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I operate on a commercial level as well. If you want that relief, if you want to engage me as a business consultant as well, I will do that for you. But you have to take action. Every one of you know what a birth certificate is. Birth certificate is a con. You know that. Just put up the word birth certificate and you will know what I'm talking about. Here is what a real certificate or a claim of your live birth looks like. That does not say birth certificate. That says claim. That's a claim, a live birth. Why doesn't yours say that? If you don't have these documents at hand, like a passport, like a driving license, you are disabled. And to make somebody disabled is against the law. As a result, there is no reason why you should be disabled. Just as with mortgages. What does a mortgage mean? It means death pledge. How many of you would have signed up to that pledge if you knew what that word was? Well, we can squash that. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have control over the mortgages. Imagine that you was mortgage free. What would that mean to you? And there is no reason for you to have that pledge in. In fact, to be in debt is a sin in faith law, and faith law rules supreme. For you to be in debt is a sin, and people that keep you in sin are committing every single offense that you can possibly imagine. If those words does not touch you and move you, switch off this channel and get off. For those people that want to take it further, email me. Ladies and gentlemen, let me make this very clear to you. Your documents, your passports, if you don't have them, you don't have the right to travel. Am I correct? And if you don't get your paperwork correct, you don't have the right to even make contract. You know what the all caps means. You can see by just putting those words in that you are treated in a foul manner. Well, I'm here to stop and correct that. And we're all over the world, and your governments want this to happen. So, I'm going to repeat myself for the second time. You have no reason to have your head stuck up your butt anymore. Get it out and do something about it.